Salamanders. Salamanders have long tails and short legs and look a bit like lizards but have moist rather than scaly skin. The United States has the greatest diversity of salamanders in the world, concentrated in the Appalachian Mountain and West Coast moist habitats. These creatures are difficult to find even when numerous. They are active mostly at night or during dark, rainy days and are fond of damp, darkened hiding places in leaf litter, under logs and between rocks. Salamanders are very diverse. They can be anywhere from as large as the 6-foot giant Chinese salamander or as small as the 1-inch seep salamander. They also can be fully aquatic, such as the hellbender and other giant salamanders, or they can be pretty terrestrial and live their lives fully on land or both on the land and in the water. Some salamanders lay their eggs in the water and they will hatch into larvae which then will metamorphose into adult salamanders on land. Some salamanders will lay their eggs on land and they will keep them moist and wrap around them until they hatch into salamanders. In some deciduous forests, there are so many red-backed salamanders that their biomass outweighs other vertebrates. Salamanders play a vital role in our ecosystem. They are so abundant and so long-lived, and they contribute energy up the food chain. They eat decomposers on the forest floor and pass that energy up the chain. Salamanders can breathe in 3 different ways. 1. Some salamanders are pedomorphic, which means that they retain their juvenile characteristics, their gills, which they have as larvae. For example, the mud puppy retains its gills and breathes through those as an adult. 2. Some salamanders, such as the hellbender, have lungs but don't use them to breathe. They respire through their highly specialized skin and use their lungs for buoyancy in the water. Hellbenders have folds down their sides to increase the surface area for oxygen absorption. 3. There is a group of terrestrial salamanders that are called lungless salamanders that breathe fully through their skin and the tissue in their mouths. All salamanders have to have a moist environment because they don't have watertight skin. Because they have highly specialized skin, they can be considered environmental indicators. Their skin is very sensitive, and they will respond quickly to environmental change, so they're a good species to look at to determine ecosystem health. In Smithsonian's National Zoo, researchers in the Appalachian Salamander Lab study salamanders and how they're affected by their environment. They study how temperature changes affect the stress levels and immune response of hellbenders in particular, but they also study red-backed salamanders, one of the most common salamanders in the world. The biggest threat to salamanders, much like many other species, is habitat destruction. This affects salamanders both in aquatic and terrestrial habitats because decreased forested area increases runoff, which increases siltation in the water. The siltation settles on the eggs and stops them from developing,